little half kilter. Good morning. It is Monday morning. Well, I am trying to pull out of a parking spot. Okay. But good morning. It is Monday morning. My name is Renisha. If you're new here, I make videos about interior design, motherhood, entrepreneurship, those kinds of things. I just dropped off Scarlett and I'm heading into my office. I have not a ton of interior design stuff to do today, but I have quite a bit of vetted by design stuff to do today. So I have a pitching meeting because I'm still in the pitching phase of vetted by design. So I'm still trying to get pros on the platform and doing free memberships right now. So I have a meeting with a potential pro just to learn about her business and see if she would be a good fit to be on the platform. And then I have 3 pro profiles to make that were free memberships. And then I have to email those pros that I made their profiles. And I need to make a pitch deck because it's a little bumpy. I don't currently have a pitch deck that I work off of. It's hard to make a pitch deck, and if there's any founders on my channel, it's hard to make a pitch deck when you don't have any analytics. I don't have a following, I don't have any fancy dancy analytics, I don't have anything. So it's what do you put into a pitch deck when you don't have anything to sell? I don't know. So we'll figure that out. I've made a pitch deck before when Vetted by Design was the Designers Hub. I made a pitch deck, so I'm probably going to use that pitch deck and then just rebrand it and redo it. That way, when I am talking to pros that I want to offer a paid membership to, I can have a pitch deck. I also need to look into starting a podcast. I know everybody and their mothers has a podcast, but honest to God, if I want to help support the pros on the site, I just feel a podcast would be the best thing. That way I can if a designer wants to hire a pro that's on the platform, then whoever can go listen to their podcast and just learn more about their business and learn more about their services. Learn what motivates them to wake up in the morning, what motivates them to work on their business every single day. So I've been thinking about doing the podcast. I've put it on the website that it's part of the membership, so kind of have to do it. So I'm gonna look into that. So yeah, just a very computer day for Vetted by Design. Yeah, I've been battling a lot of entrepreneurship doubts, I guess, and I'm sure all entrepreneurs go through this at some point in time. And I've talked about it a few times on my channel that when you're when you're building a business, when you're building multiple businesses at once, it's very daunting and it's very discouraging. And you're facing discouragement in different avenues, different ways, because it's different businesses. So obviously I have Alder and Stone. I've had Alder and Stone. It's my interior design business. I've had it for 4 years. It has been the single best thing that I've ever done in my life, aside from getting married, having a family, all that kind of stuff. There's some drama going on, but it has its highs and it has its lows for sure. And there's times where I feel deflated, times where I feel just financially it's a struggle and all this stuff. And then I also am growing Vetted by Design, which is the interior design platform where interior designers can hire pros. And that one is just going to be years in the making, quite honestly. It's just going to take a really long time to get that off the ground. And so, yeah, it's just hard to be in the startup phase on one business and then have the other business be facing a slow season. It's just challenging. So I've been facing a little bit of, not imposter syndrome, but just self-doubt and feeling like just taking the easier way out and going and getting like a desk job, or, you know, just a 9 to 5 where I can just simply clock in, clock out, and I just move on with my life. There is not a lot of mental stress to those kinds of jobs. So, but I just keep pushing forward. I just keep pushing forward and manifesting a better life. So yeah, anyways, I just pulled up to my office and I'm gonna go in. I have the pitch at 10 and it's 9:30, and I just, before I have a pitch, I like to just sit and look at the pro and look at their website and look at their Instagram and just kind of familiarize myself with what they're about, so that when I'm asking questions, I know what I'm asking. So yeah, I'm excited. I always get excited for pitches. I love meeting with people. I love hearing people's thoughts about the platform. I just love connecting with people, so I'm really excited. So I'll take you guys along. Happy Monday. Okay, just got into my office. It is such a gloomy day, oh my goodness. Which sometimes I like it when it's like gloomy. I have like this window that's right in front of my office or my desk. And so I always like it when it's really sunny and I have like a view of downtown. And I always like it when it's really sunny, but not today. Today's a gloomy one. I got a piece of mail and this package is like really, it looks very unassuming, but it is kind of hard to open. Looks like I got, it's like a furniture. It's from Interloon, and they just wrote me like a little letter, and they're just showing me some of their latest furniture pieces. They were gonna come into town and we were gonna do like a PK, but I think I got sick or they got sick. I don't really remember what happened there, but my daughter has been sick, I've been sick, and so I haven't been able to do a lot of PKs and things like that. But just got to my office and I do have to respond to the contractor that I was going back and forth with about the design fee and the design agreement and all of that. And I think I've come to the terms that it's just going to be a drafting job. It's not going to be an interior design job. I'm just going to do the drafting on it, and that's fine. Like, there's no interior design that needs to happen. I've done drafting jobs before in the past. So yeah, I don't know, but I got to respond to him. I have like to hop on this call in like 20 minutes and all of the fun things. So let's just get into the workday. The call is I just wanted to have a quick chat with you and kind of explain the Vetted by Design platform, the mission, the vision, and then learn more about your business and things like that. So essentially, Vetted by Design is a platform, and my whole goal behind the platform is to help interior designers be able to get in connection with whatever they want to hire. It came from my own pain point of trying to find a bookkeeper or trying to find a lawyer to help me with my contract or trying to find a design assistant. And I would always go like sift through Facebook groups trying to find whatever I needed. And that was very time consuming, and it always, I don't know, I didn't ever really find like the best hire doing that. I would find a lot of companies who they're like an interior designer and they like do whatever it is a little bit on the side. It's not like their business is dedicated to it. And so I just got frustrated and I was just like, okay, well, I'll try to Google to find, you know, whatever I'm trying to hire. And Google's not necessarily set up to be super precise. They're just gonna offer you like the most popular. If I try to find a lawyer who can help me specifically like with interior design contracts, Google's really not gonna produce that search. Alrighty, so I just got done with the pitch. I just pitched to a design assistant, like a virtual design assistant. She was really nice and the pitch went really well. She did have like a lot of good feedback, and it's exactly what I knew, that this is like the chicken before the egg situation. So currently on Vetted by Design, there's not like a huge following. I've only had the company like public, like the platform has only been public for like a month, maybe 2. And so she was just like, yeah, I mean, I feel like you're just not, like, you're not really, I have a lot of questions, and at this time they're just not being answered. And I wasn't even pitching to sell her a membership. I was just having a conversation, quite honestly, and just getting feedback, and like I really like her mission, and so I just wanted to like touch base with her. And she's just like, yeah, there's just like a lot of unknown, and like a lot of like questions that are not being answered. So at this point in time, I just don't know if it's something that we would be interested in, like being featured as a pro. I'm like, fair enough, that's totally fine. It's just hard. It is so hard because I'm like, it is such an amazing opportunity, but there's just not enough eyeballs, and there's not enough like, know, and trust factor. So I don't know where even that concept comes from, but basically if a person is looking to hire your services or buy your product, they want to know, and trust your business. So they have to like the product or the platform or whatever it is that you're building. They have to like it. They have to know that they're going to get whatever they're buying into. So if they're buying perfume and you sell perfume, they have to know that if they buy the honeysuckle, it's going to be great. Usually people look at reviews, and then know, and trust. And so they have to trust you. And in this day and age, trust comes through following. It just does. So across your social medias, if you have like a huge following, you get a lot of engagement, a person is automatically going to trust you. I'm automatically going to trust your product if you have a large following. And that's just the day and age that we live in. You can, and it's not even a large following, but if I'm looking to buy your baby clothes, maybe you sell boutique baby clothes on Instagram. I'm going to go on your Instagram, and if you have 5,000 followers and lots of likes, lots of engagement, I'm going to assume that you are a trustworthy business to buy from. And so that's just the day and age that we live in, and there's nothing wrong with that. But Vetted by Design has no followers on Instagram. We have no followers on Instagram. I don't even know how to do LinkedIn. We don't have a podcast yet. There's just really I need to work on that. That should be my goal. My goal is to build up our know, and trust factor. And that just, it happens. I mean, I'm going to just try to show my face more. I'm already set to come on a podcast. So I need to go on more podcasts. And so I'm hoping that once people hear my voice and people see me and just learn the passion behind the platform, that it'll help with the know, and trust factor. And also, if I could pair up with some really well-known interior designers and just explain the passion and the mission behind Vetted by Design to them, and maybe if it can be in alignment with them, being showcased to their audience would help with my know, and trust factor. So it's just a long road. It's not like a get rich quick scheme by any means. So just going to keep chugging along. She had a lot of great feedback. And I think that that's going to be the feedback, is that why should we give you $359 for a membership when what are you doing to get us business? That's like what the pros think. Like, what are you doing to get us out there? So yeah, just going to keep working and keep on with it and keep trying. So next on the agenda is I have to make 2 pro profiles, and then I need to pitch to more podcasts, and I really need to pitch to some well-known interior designers, but I don't know how I'm going to do that, but yeah. Okay, so I created this pitch deck. Basically, this is what I would send to pros when I'm trying to pitch them to be a member on the site. I just threw this together. It's not done. It probably will not be done or even used for a really long time. But the first page is just vetted by design. It's just a title page. And then the next page is who are we? What is the vision? Like what's the whole point of the platform? What's our vision? What's our mission? Those kinds of things. And then I did add a founder page just talking about me, who I am. I need to add my email onto this page, like how people can contact me. But it's just a founder page, nothing crazy. And then industry insights, this page just talks about 80% of interior designers are outsourcing some aspect of their business, which is actually a lot. 80%, it's crazy. And so it just talks about some of those logistics, and just with the rise of remote work, more interior designers are outsourcing and going online for hiring and for really anything that they need. So this page just talks about what's going on in our industry that warrants me starting Vetted by Design. These are all of the pro categories that we currently have listed on the site. So if I send this pitch deck to a potential pro, they can see their category, try to figure out where they land. Memberships, this page just talks about the two different kind of memberships for the pros. One is like a Pro Plus 6-month membership, and it's just the bare bones. You get a listing, social media feature, blog post feature. And then on the premium pro side, it's a year membership, and you get your pro listing, you get one social media feature, one blog post feature, access to the pro Facebook page, podcast feature, and then a Pinterest feature. So really just trying to get their businesses out into the internet of designers. This page is our performance. It's kind of lacking because currently we don't have any performance metrics just because the platform is so new. But I want to put some like how many podcasts have we been featured on? How many blog posts have we been featured in? What is the average of views per profile? What is the average site views? How many Instagram followers? But currently we just don't, I just don't have any of that. I'm really working hard on trying to get more get the business featured on podcasts and in blog posts and things like that. So as I gain those metrics, I'll update this page later. And then the last slide just has who the founder is, the website, the Instagram handle, and then let's stay connected. So that's my little pitch deck. It just took me like probably an hour, maybe less, to throw together. So I don't think I'll be using it because I'm not pitching to paid pros just yet. I'm trying to get more traction and get more views to the website. And then once I have like a substantial amount of views coming into the website, I think then I'll be pitching more. I'm not really sure, but that was on my to-do list and it is done. So I just finished my pitch deck and now I'm going to head out to get something to eat. And then I need to pick up like a letter that I need to give my daughter's daycare for my daughter's doctor. And so I just have to go pick up the letter from her daycare. And then once I get back, I'm gonna just like do a ton of outreach. It's not super fun stuff. A ton of cold emails, cold DMs. Hasn't really been working that well for me, but I mean, actually it's not true. I've been doing a ton of pitching. Like this week I just had a pitching call today. I pretty much have a pitching call every single day this week. So it is working, but it's just hard. But we just keep trucking forward and we have our coffee and we're gonna go take a little break and do some mom things and then we'll get right back after it. So I just finished lunch and I just kind of worked a little bit during lunch on pitching and DMing and emails and all of that. I'm actually really tired, but I am gonna switch gears and I have some drafting to do for the drafting person that I like draft I do like part-time drafting work for him. And so I have like a window and door schedule to make and that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna switch gears and start working on that. Okay, so I just ended the workday. It's around 3 o'clock and I'm so tired. It's always like a little bit of a walk from my office to my car. But I ended up just doing some drafting. I got the window schedule done and I still need to do the door schedule for the drafting job. I'm tired. And then I just spent the rest of the time kind of figuring out my internal budget. Just like a bare necessities, like how much I need to make from the drafting part-time gig that I'm doing, and then how much I need to bring in from design fees every single month. So I just sat and kind of like did the math on that. Now I'm gonna go pick up Scarlett from daycare, and yeah, but I had a revelation, I guess. And for Vetted by Design, I think I'm done pitching free memberships, because that's what I've been doing. I've been, pitching a lot of free memberships to pros that I want to be on the platform. I've just been pitching really to anybody who will take my call, but I just need to pivot that strategy. I think I really just need to pitch to categories that don't have any pros in them. So I do have a few categories like lawyers. I don't think I have any lawyers on the platform. So I really just need to be pitching to those categories that are missing people, that are empty. So after this week, and I have some pitches next week, no more pitching to just anybody. I just need to be pitching to people that actually need a free membership on the platform, that I don't already have a pro in that category. So that's one. And then after I do get a pro, at least one pro in every single category, I'm kind of done pitching free memberships because it's time consuming and it's not getting me closer to where I want to be. I need to start pitching to interior designers to actually use the website. So these pitching calls that I do, they usually like take probably like 20 to 30 minutes, and I just explain the platform. I can use the pitch deck if I need it. Like I can modify the pitch deck that I made today. But just explaining to interior designers what the platform is about, how they can use it, why they should use it, and that kind of stuff. And it should be pretty easy to get people to pitch to, I think. I'm not going to be pitching to any designers that are like huge famous designers. I really want to pitch to designers that have been in business for like 1 to 10 years and just explain the mission and the vision behind the platform and encourage them, if they need to hire for anything, please use the platform, and give me feedback on the platform too, so that I can get some more eyeballs on the platform. Because currently the website analytics, I get about 10 views a day, and that's just organic. That's not from me viewing it, that's just from someone's viewing it every day. And so I would love to see it get to like 1,000 views a day. Obviously going from 10 views to 1,000 views is a lot, but I just need to focus on the know, like, and trust factor. So getting designers to know the platform, getting them to like the platform, getting them to trust the platform should be my actual goal and what I'm actually putting all of my time and energy to. And then obviously getting on podcast, getting blogs written about the platform. So I just need to get the marketing of the platform is what I should be focusing on. And then naturally, I think the pros will come. I don't know. That's just my game plan for now. I'm done pitching to pros, and I'm going to switch gears, start pitching to interior designers. So if you're an interior designer and you happen to get to the end of this video and you are looking to outsource anything in your business, whether you need a rendering artist, maybe you just sign new projects and you need help with drafting, if you need help finding a lawyer to look over your contract, I don't have any lawyers on there yet, but we're gonna get some. Please check out the platform. Give me any feedback in the comments. That would be super helpful. But if you made it to the end of this workday, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll probably be filming another day in the life of a working mom later on this week. I do plan to do a sit-down video where I go over my schedule and I time block my time of like what's going on and how I get I don't get everything done, but how I get everything done in a week. And so I think that'll be a really fun video. I'm gonna sit down and film that tomorrow, I hope. But anyways, there's lots of people walking around and they're watching me film, so I'm gonna go. Please like and subscribe. Bye bye.